So because we know how to create scatterplots, now we're going to interpret scatterplots. Now remember, we're describing the association between two variables. We need to comment on its direction, so whether it's positive, negative, or no association, on its form, whether it's got a linear form or non-linear, and on its strength, strong, moderate, weak, or no association. So look at your R value. The direction of an association and outliers. Now, two variables have a positive association when they tend to go up, like this. This one here is all over the place, so this one is no association. And if they go down, then they've got a negative association. And remember, if there is an outlier, then really that's the one that we can't determine with it. So there's your negative association with no apparent outliers. We're always looking for outliers here. Form, whether it has a linear, so a straight form. If it's got random fluctuations, then we can say it's linear if it goes into a straight line. Okay, examples of these that have a linear form. A non-linear form, we can put an arc on there. We can put it like this, we can put an arc like this. It doesn't matter, as long as we can see some type of non-linear form, then we say it's non-linear. Strength, as I said, look at the R value. I mean, we can see from the graph, this one's weak, this one's closer to being 1, this is really strong, it's almost a straight line. Weak, negative, they're all positive, negative, and again strong. Okay, but look at your R values. Remember, R has to be between -1 and 1. And there's different R values here. So this is negative because it's going down, around about 0.7. This is positive because it's going up, and see it's more wider, so about 0.5. Very hard to tell. That's why we get the calculator and we look at the R off there. This is negative again, around 0.3, and this is positive, I reckon about 0.9. And there they all are. You've been given all this. Print this out, put it in there, look at each one when you look at your R to determine how it is, and then look if it's positive or negative graph. Okay, now remember, if you're using the correlation coefficient as a strength, you are implying that it's numeric, it's linear, and that there are no outliers. As soon as there's an outlier, you have to point that out, and then R is not the best value to use. Okay, do you expect an association to exist between the variables? Okay, so study time and test time. So if we think about it, if you study more, do you expect to get a better result? Yes, you do. So yes, there is an association here. And of course, this should be a positive association. Classroom temperatures and number of students wearing jumpers. So if the classroom is hot, we would expect students to wear, more students wear less jumpers, not wear jumpers. So yes, and again, it will be positive. Example 2. The scatterplot below shows a number of hours people spend at work each week and the number of hours they spend on recreational activities during the week. Decide whether or not an association exists between the variables, include direction, form, and strength. So, direction, negative. Form, you can tell it's linear. So linear. Strength, well, I reckon that is strong. That's pretty close together. Example 3, for each of the following, estimate the value of the moment correlation coefficient R from the scatterplot. As I said, it's very hard to do this. This one is positive, and I reckon this is probably at 0.9 something or other. This one is negative, and that's probably about a negative 0.5. And this one, I would say, is no association. They're pretty spread out. Okay, very spread out. Example 4, what type of linear association do the following values of R suggest? So remember, go up the top, look at that diagram and see what it is. So really, for us, the first one, 0.21, if you look at your diagram of 0.21, look, check your R values, what do you get? Okay, with 0.21, it is a no association because it's between the negative 0.24 and the 0.24. So this one we're going to write no association. 0.65 we know is positive, and it is a moderate. So we're going to write moderate, positive association. -1 is a strong, because it's 1 and it's negative, association. Negative 0.75, again, it's over the 0.75, so it's a strong and it's a negative association. I'm going to classify association like that. +1, again, it's closest, strongest you can get. Strong, positive association. And 0.9 again is a strong positive. Negative 0.34, it's weak. It's between the 0.25 and the 0.49, so it's a weak. It's negative association. And negative 0.1 is a no association. It's between the negative 0.24 and the 0.24. So we really need to know that, or we have it in our bound reference.